Okay, let's be real for a second. We have all been trapped in that meeting. You know the one where time just grinds to a halt, great ideas seem to vanish into thin air, and the only real decision you make is what to have for lunch. It feels like this is just the price of teamwork. But what if it isn't? What if you could make your team's decisions not just way faster, but a whole lot smarter too?
I mean, it feels like an unbreakable law of the universe, doesn't it? The more people you add to a decision, the more time, the more talking, the more friction you get. It's exactly why so many of us get that sinking feeling when we hear the words group project. But what if that so-called law is actually just a total myth?
And here's where it gets really interesting. Research shows that all that slowness we complain about, it's not a feature of teamwork, it's actually a bug in how we're doing it. Because when you get it right, collaboration doesn't just give you an answer, it gives you a breakthrough. You know, the kind of amazing, creative outcome that one person working alone could never, ever come up with. The secret isn't to stop collaborating, it's to start doing it the right way.
So if the team itself isn't the problem, then what is? Well, it's the process. We're basically trying to win a Formula One race with the emergency brake on. But here's the good news. We're about to show you 3 really simple ways to finally release that brake and let your team hit top speed.
First one up, it's a super simple idea that completely flips the script on how teams work. Stop working one by one in a single file line and start working in parallel.
Just think about it for a second. The way we usually do things is sequential, right? The whole team gets together to tackle step A. Then everyone moves on to step B. Then step C. It's a bottleneck by design. The parallel approach says, nope, you take A, you take B, you take C. You slice up the problem and you conquer it all at the same time. It's really the difference between a slow, winding country road and a 6-lane superhighway. Instead of all the cars being stuck one behind another, now everyone's got their own lane and they're all moving toward the same finish line at full speed. And this isn't just about going faster, it's about giving every single person real ownership over their piece of the puzzle. Okay, so working in parallel gets things moving way faster. But how do you actually improve the quality of the ideas? Well, that brings us to technique number 2, and it's designed to solve a classic problem, the brainstorming session that gets completely taken over by the 2 loudest people in the room. We've all been taught that brainstorming is about yelling out ideas, right? But what about all the brilliant ideas that are stuck inside the heads of the quieter people on your team? Well, that's where brainwriting comes in. It is a simple, powerful shift that basically democratizes the whole process and makes sure the best idea wins, not just the loudest one. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got all the pressure, the social anxiety, the risk of groupthink, where everyone just kind of latches on to whatever the most confident person says. And on the other side, you've got anonymity. That one simple change takes away all the fear of being judged and lets truly different, sometimes even totally wild ideas come out from everyone. And you know what the best part is? It is so simple to do. Step 1, everybody just quietly writes down as many ideas as they possibly can. No talking, just pure, uninterrupted thinking time. Step 2, all the ideas are collected and then shared without any names attached. All of a sudden, every single idea has to stand on its own merit, totally separate from who said it. All right, our final technique is for tackling the true monsters. You know, the big, messy, complicated problems that just make your head spin. When words aren't cutting it and your conversations are just going around in circles, the solution is simple. Stop talking and start drawing. Our brains are basically visual processing machines. That tangled mess of ideas swirling around in your head can suddenly become a clear, organized map the second you put it up on a whiteboard. When you get all those thoughts out into a shared visual space, the entire team can literally see the exact same picture. For those really tough decisions, seeing isn't just believing, it's understanding. So you start by putting the main problem right in the center of the board, and then you just build out from there. You can use mind maps, flowcharts, whatever works for you. Just get all the related ideas, the crazy thoughts, the potential problems, all of it mapped out. This isn't just about organizing things. It's about seeing all the hidden connections and paths forward that you would never spot in a normal conversation. So, let's put this all together. What we've talked about today aren't some complicated, high-level theories. No, these are 3 powerful, practical changes you can make to turn your team's decision-making process from a slow, painful crawl into a creative sprint. This isn't about some massive, overnight culture change. It's about making 3 small, smart adjustments to how you work together. So here it is, your new decision-making toolkit.
Work in parallel to turn those meeting traffic jams into wide-open highways. Use brainwriting to unlock the hidden genius in even your quietest team members. And get visual to turn total chaos into crystal clarity. Speed, creativity, clarity, all from 3 simple techniques.
Now, this isn't just theory. These are tools you can start using in your very next meeting to finally end that slow-motion agony and start making some real, tangible progress. So the only question left is the one that really matters. Which one are you going to try first?